Hi guys, welcome to Dreamfarm 101. Today I just wanted to talk to you about some of the different features and benefits of the Dreamfarm products ranged in Bloomingdale stores. And I guess the first thing you need to know about us is that we design all of our products ourselves. We make sure that all of our products are unique, but also that they solve a genuine problem. They need to have a purpose. So if you take, for example, our chobs. Chobs are little chopping board clips or feet that allow you to flip your board over and chop on both sides of it. So they just pull apart like this. They're little discs of silicon and spring steel. So they pull apart and slide onto the corners of your board like that, which raises your board off the bench by a few millimeters and allows you to chop on both sides. Now, because they're silicon, they also make your board non-slip. And on one side you've got a capsicum and a cow on the other to let you know which side's for meat and which side's for vegetables, so you don't cross-contaminate your foods. And in flipping over your board, you're not actually getting anything on your benches. There's no extra mess to clean up. They can be pulled off and popped onto another board just by sliding them off like that, but they can also go through the dishwasher, so they can stay just on the one board if you like as well. So just slides onto the corners like that. Now we've also got Chopula, which is our chopping sit-up spatula. Now the cool thing about Chopula is that it's got a bend in its handle just here so that the head sits up away from your bench top. So when you pop it down, you're not getting muck on your benches and you're not transferring germs from your benches into your food. The coolest part about Chopula though is its head design. So in one direction it's nice and rigid, but in the other it's still really nice and flexible, so you can get underneath the fragile foods like fish and eggs, but you can also slice through two eggs if you like, or break up ground beef in the pan while you're at it. Now this one's got a nylon head, which means that it's safe to use on your non-stick, but we've also released it in the stainless steel. So that's nice and rigid and then still bendy like the nylon version. It's just made out of a different material, so you can use it on the barbecue or on your cast iron pans and pots, that sort of thing. Now the clongs also have that same bend in their handle so that the head sits up away from the bench top when you pop them down. But the cool thing about the clongs is the click lock in the back. So you can push that button in to unlock them, hold them shut, and then press it again to lock. The bend in the handle means the head sits up away from the bench top. You've got silicone tips so that they're not going to scratch your non-stick cookware. A nice smooth side here for scraping. This is a nice little waffle edge for gripping things. A flat tip so you can pick up small pieces of food, and they come in either 9 inches like those or the 12 inches. Personally, I like the 9 inches for when I'm serving, and I use the 12 inches for cooking, particularly foods that get quite hot and spit. I want that bit of extra distance from the heat source. Speaking of which, they're also available in 15 inches. So these guys are actually designed to be used on the barbecue. You'll notice that they don't have silicone tips because silicone's more likely to just tear on the barbecue. And they're designed to be able to scrape your barbecue clean with that nice flat tip, but that also means that you're able to pick up lots of little bits of onion or mushroom or whatever may be left on the grill. On the other side here, we have a sausage pricker. So that's going to stop your sausages from exploding on the grill. And then this nick is actually designed to be a little blade that separates your sausage links, so you don't need to get a knife out to do that. They have the same bend in the handle and the same click lock button as the silicone tip clongs, but they're designed for use on the barbecue. Now another great little invention from Dreamfarm is Garject. This is probably one of my favourite Dreamfarm products. It's a garlic press that crushes multiple cloves of garlic with the skin still on, scrapes itself clean, and ejects the peel. So you pop your garlic in here, don't peel it, works better if you don't peel it. Pop your garlic in there, then you crush away, and as you open up, normally you'd need to get a knife to scrape any excess garlic off the grill of your garlic press after you've crushed it. But with Garject, as you open up, that scraper fin comes along and scrapes the excess garlic into your food for you, and you've still got the peel in here. So you'd turn that around, point it at the bin and hit that peel eject button, which is going to shoot the peel out for you. So at no point do you need to touch raw garlic because you're not peeling it and you're not fishing the skins out yourself. That's been shot out for you. So you're never going to get that garlicky smell on your hands. And because it's made out of chrome-plated zinc, Garject is incredibly sturdy and does not turn black in the dishwasher. all of our kitchenware products are dishwasher safe, so there's no extra cleaning up to worry about. Now we've got our Smood, which is our potato masher. So this actually traps your potato in this spring coil here, and as you press down, it's got nowhere to go but between the gaps in those collapsing coils. So you're making smooth, creamy mash in a matter of seconds rather than minutes. This scraper fin on the end here protects the coil, so you can use it on non-stick cookware, but it also means that you can scrape out your pots and scrape your mash out without having to get another utensil out to clean out the pot. It's very easy to grip, and instead of using a steel plate with a bunch of holes in it that really just crushes your potato, you really are making light work of your mash with a Smood. So it's essentially one press per potato and you're done. Also makes amazing guacamole. One of my other favourites from Dreamfarm is the scissor. So instead of using a traditional pizza roller where you go back and forth, scratch your pans, make a mess of your pizza, drag cheese from one side to the other, scissor has a little nylon shoe on the bottom, so you unlock them at the back here. That nylon shoe scoops underneath your pizza, and then it's the top blade that drops down, so you're making clean, complete cuts through your pizza. You're not scratching your pans, and you're not making a mess of your meal either. Now over time, and many uses, you might feel the need to sharpen your scissor blades, which you can do just by undoing this little lock here and having them sharpened like a normal pair of scissors or a normal knife at a knife sharpener. So they're not a throwaway product, they definitely are an investment and something you'll hang on to for ages. One thing I definitely never want to let go of is my spoon. So you've got the same built-in spoon rest as the chopula and the clongs. So when you pop that down, you've got clearance between the head of the spoon and your bench tops. You've also got a teaspoon measure and a tablespoon measure built into the head of the spoon. But the great thing about it is the squishy sides and the flat, flexible tip. So the squishy sides mean that this is going to contour to the sides of your bowls or anything else that you're trying to scrape out, so you can scrape every last little bit out. And the flat tip means that if you're making a sauce or trying to scrape the bottom of a pan, nothing's going to catch. That's going to pick up every last little bit. And because the original spoon was so popular, we decided to make it in a miniature version as well. So this guy's one exact teaspoon measure, and the profile of this spoon, the mini spoon, is a little bit narrower, so that'll actually fit really nicely into thin jars like caper jars or olive jars. Same squishy side, same squishy tip, so you can scrape every last little bit of peanut butter or jam or jelly out of a jar as well, but it's the exact teaspoon measure rather than the full tablespoon and teaspoon measure. Next we've got Tfue, which is our silicone tea infuser. So the great thing about Tfue is that you can fill it up really easily because it scoops out so flat like that. Clip it together, and because it's silicone, when you pop that into your tea, you can actually push it together, forcing water in and out of the infuser pods, which brews your tea a lot more quickly than a metal infuser would, which is hard. But you can also squeeze out any drips when you're done and stand it up. So Tfue is a tea infuser that brews your tea really quickly and without the mess. It's just a great little gift, and as a tea lover myself, I can't get enough of it. We've also got Tappy, which coming into summer and also at Christmas time is one of our best-selling items. It's a little rubber attachment that goes on the end of your faucet, and as water flows through it normally, you can wash your hands or rinse a toothbrush or fill up a cup if you'd like. But if you pinch the bottom off it like that, you're actually redirecting the water through that little spout there, and you can drink out of it like a water fountain in the park. So kids love them, big kids at heart love them. It's just a really fun little product. And last but not least, we have Vibo, which is our silicone steamer. So Vibo is designed to squash down to fit the height of any pot, which means you don't have any hooks or arms sitting on the edge of your pot. You can get the lid on properly, lock in your heat, lock in your steam, cut your cooking time, and you're also reducing the risk of the pot boiling dry, which is a great safety feature of Vibo. And because it's silicone, it doesn't get hot, so you can pull it straight out of your pot and put it on the sink to strain. Comes in 2 different sizes. So this is the larger of the 2. This one's good for feeding a family, whereas the smaller one that we were just looking at, this one's better for 1 or 2 people only. But the great thing about it being squishy like it is that it means it's going to fit in an empty pot as well. So it's going to store in an empty pot and not take up any extra cupboard space, which is really important. So there you have it. That's Dreamfarm in a nutshell. If you've got any questions about any of our products, or if there's anything we can help with at all, don't hesitate to give us a call in our San Francisco office. The number there is 415-626-3333. But otherwise, thanks so much for your time, guys. Have a great day.